She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson, and this is the Dani Johnson Show. Have you ever felt unaccepted? Millions of people do. We're going to talk about that today. Because today is Thursday, and we believe that you need to be thriving on Thursdays. Every single day of the week of the Dani Johnson Show, Monday, we talk about money. Monday, money. Tuesday, we give you tips for your career or business. Wednesday, it's a whole spiritual, shot in the arm. Thursday, it's another shot in the arm so that you're thriving. We want you to be inspired on this Thursday, heading into the Friday, which is our family Friday. And then, of course, the weekend, you have it off. But let me talk to you about this. You and I need to have this discussion, and here's why. So much of feeling accepted has so much to do with what kind of career we go after, has so much to do with what kind of person we choose to marry, has so much to do with what kind of cliques we hang out in, what kind of church we go to or don't go to, sports even. Whether or not we will engage in any kind of sports or hobbies has so much to do with whether or not we feel accepted. So all in all, feeling accepted will help you to succeed. Bottom line, you're not going to succeed if you feel like you've been abandoned or rejected. And a lot of people carry this abandonment and rejection along with them. We've got a great question from Alyssa. It says this: how do I find myself again? The silly, funny, stress-free, strong in faith person I once was after 7 years of a toxic relationship and engagement. So basically what Alyssa is saying that I can gather from the question is that after 7 years of a toxic relationship, she no longer is that funny, silly, faith-filled person. And why? Because the person she was in the relationship with rejected that about her personality, rejected the fun, the silly, the faith-filled person. And so she decided, well, that's not acceptable. Who I am is not good enough. Who I am is a problem. And boy, I'll tell you, when you're in a toxic relationship, what do? You become toxic yourself. So how do you become toxic yourself? Simple. You start changing who you are and becoming what the toxic person thinks you should become. You begin to think that, okay, I need to be quiet instead of silly. I need to keep my mouth shut instead of being funny. I need to believe that nothing is possible instead of believing that anything is possible. And so when you abandon the position of who you are and what you were designed to be, now you have rejected yourself. Self-rejection, self-abandonment. And when you do that, oh my gosh, friend, you become a mess. How do I know? I lived this. I absolutely lived this. I grew up in a home where I was told I was fat and stupid and ugly and I was dumb. I couldn't do anything right. I would never be able to accomplish anything. No one would ever love me. So obviously anything that I was, I rejected it. I was rejected by who I thought was my father. And if that is his opinion of me, then I better become something different. And to be quite honest with you, I did. I started to become something that I wasn't. He was an aggressive man, so I became aggressive. He was one that watched sports all the time and had a strong interest in sports, so I became really interested in sports. He became all about winning, and rooting for his team, so then that's what I became. And that is so what I'm not, ridiculously what I'm not. So I literally abandoned who I was because of the most important voice that was in my life rejected who I was. And when you do that, you live in torment. You live in confusion. You live unsure about your future. You also battle with depression. I battled with suicide. Because when your very birth has been rejected, who you are how you were formed, which, by the way, you had no control over, friend, right? I didn't order brown hair when I was doing womb service. You didn't order the color of your eyes when you were doing womb service. Neither one of us got to order our body type when we were doing womb service. Like, none of us got to pick who we are. Now, we obviously in today's world with plastic surgery and contacts and extensions, which these are not, by the way, this is my own hair, including all the white ones that are popping out of my head. We can change some of the things. Like, I dyed my hair blonde for a season. I'm not coloring my hair at all now and haven't been for the last 5 years. But my point is that we live in a world that says, I don't like you, I don't like my eyes, I don't like my hair, I don't like my body, so therefore I am going to pay money to change all of these things so that people will accept me. Here's what I'm going to say. You're going to find fulfillment when you find yourself. You're going to find fulfillment when you finally just come to a place of accepting who you are. I remember when I battled with my weight for a long time, and it was because I totally rejected myself, and I was afraid of being obese. My mom and my sisters and my dad all were, 300 plus pounds, except for my mom. She was only 280 at 5'5". And I really believed, this is what I'm going to be. And so I just started to believe that that's what I was going to be, and I became that. Until I woke up and I realized, hold on a second. I don't have to accept that. I can accept something else. And I just accepted that, no, I'm not going to be that. I want to be healthy. I want to be strong. And I started to invest in that direction. So something happens. And here's what I did. I had to actually accept what my body type was. I had to accept that this is the way that I looked. And once I came to the revelation that, wait a second, this is me. This is who I am. There are some things that I can change, but a lot I cannot change. And what I cannot change, I want to accept. I want to embrace. I want to get to know what the benefits are of these, right? My spine that is crooked. I'm missing one. I'm missing something in my spine. I'm missing a lumbar. Do you hear what I'm saying? I had some deformities, okay? And it wasn't until I accepted the deformities that I was able to just be at peace with those deformities and then find solutions for the deformities, find ways to maybe make them a little better or to make life a little easier rather than hating the things I could not change. Something happens when you begin to accept. Wherever there's acceptance, then there's love. There's love, there's joy, there's healing, there's contentment. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this. Have you ever wondered if your investments are making enough money for retirement? What if you could buy an investment rental property for as little as $35,000 that rents for at least $550 a month? After Aaron and Drew Hudson asked themselves this question, Hudson Real Estate Investments was formed, and now 200 transactions have been conducted. Their system helps individuals buy and hold real estate. Their definition of a great buy and hold is a property that pays you a monthly positive cash flow from day one. Hudson Real Estate Investments has a team who find properties available for immediate purchase, vet tenants, and have qualified property management in place. So if you're looking to have freedom and live your life on your own terms, grab your phone and text the word future to 484848. Get started today. Text the word future to 484848. Secure your future now. Do you have a closet full of clothes yet say, I have nothing to wear? Are you a mom doing her best but desperately lacking me time? Or maybe your schedule has you dressing practically instead of powerfully. What if I told you there's a system, a blueprint that can save you time, money, and turn every head in the room, as well as impact the world through fashion? Friend, you're in the fashion business whether you like it or not. You're an ambassador representing your faith, your marriage, family, and business. Style is just a skill made easy with 123 Style Me. 10 steps to style success that will expand your leadership, save you hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars. This program will bring you peace of mind, reignite your marriage, make you more productive, respected, and instantly boost your confidence, equipping you to be bold and beautiful. Go to courses.lindapage.com. Again, that is courses.lindapage.com and make a priceless investment in yourself. Are you confident that you're always getting a good deal? Have you been equipped with the negotiation confidence strategies, tactics, and supporting tools you need to close world-class deals? Finally, JPA is making the exact same specialized negotiation training and secrets used by the world's largest, most successful corporations available to everyone. Proven in more than 60 countries and used by brands like Adidas, Vodafone, Pfizer, Nokia, and others, the JPA negotiation method will set you up to save money and time while significantly increasing your profits. It doesn't matter if you're buying or selling real estate, closing contracts with suppliers, or selling products and services to individuals or organizations. Using their simple step-by-step negotiation preparation checklist, you'll be ready to confidently slug it out toe-to-toe with the toughest professional negotiators. It's time for you to stop leaving money and opportunity on the table. Go to bizneg.com/events to register now. Again, that's bizneg.com/events. Get registered today.
Did you know you can take the Dani Johnson Show with you wherever you go? It's never been easier to stay up to date with the latest content from Dani with the DaniJohnson.com app. Watch or listen in the car, at the gym, or on the go. Download it now from the App Store and Google Play and never miss a show again. Your family, business, and bank account will thank you. The way you look at things is about to change. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Have you rejected you because others have rejected you? Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. This is the Dani Johnson Show, and we're talking about thriving on this day, Thursday. And on thriving, you can't thrive in the marketplace. You can't thrive at home. You can't thrive spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, or even in your health if you have rejected who you are. Here's an amazing question from Deborah Slavik. I feel like people have a hard time accepting me the way I am. How do I change my life for the better and get people to accept me as I am? It's such a simple answer. First of all, you have to realize that you are not going to please everybody. It is impossible for you or I to change people's opinions of us. It's impossible to please everybody. But what you can do is you can accept this is you. You can accept that. This is me. So the reason why people reject others largely is because that person has already rejected themselves. So that's what they're communicating out there. So if you've rejected yourself, it makes it easier for others to reject you. So it starts with you. It starts with you. So when you've heard people give these opinions, you're like, oh, there's something wrong with me. I need to change this. It all starts actually when we're young and in the home. Literally, it could be a spat that starts with one of your siblings or a schoolmate, something that happened on the school playground or at the park or with one of your cousins. There's all kinds of opportunities for us to be rejected, like tons of them. Man, if you came from a divorced home, that's like a guarantee right there, you carrying the seed of rejection. If you were given up for adoption, done. You are carrying the seed of rejection and abandonment. If you had a parent that did not approve of you constantly, right? You were put down consistently by teachers or other schoolmates. These are all points. This is all, again, the door that opens to rejection. And because largely parents are not equipped to help stimulate good emotional health in their children, literally they're not. And why? Because parents largely do not have good emotional health themselves. And when you're not emotionally healthy, you certainly can't help your child have emotional health. And if we don't have emotional health, we have no success. I just want you to know that. We have no success with no emotional health. And so the emotional healthy person can recognize what's going on in between their two ears, what's going on inside of their hearts, and that when they see their child be bullied or they see their child being rejected by somebody else, or they've heard terrible words spoken about their child, they are not going to blame the person for saying what they're saying. Nope. They are going to help that child, as I worked very hard with my kids, to help them have emotional health. was saying this: listen, we're never going to control what people say. We cannot ever control what people think. But the only thing we can control is our response to them. That we have 1,000% control over. We have the ability to either become very bitter and hardened in our heart and have our heart turn black and as a hard stone, like the countertops in the kitchen, and or we can have our heart be pliable as flesh so that it pumps new, fresh life right out of it. And so we do that by, first of all, understanding that when people say mean words, most of the time they don't mean them. Number two, largely they are hurting themselves, meaning somebody has hurt them. They learned to say these mean, terrible words from someone else that they love. And that someone else that they love, it could have been their mom or their dad or a school teacher or a sibling that is put down on this person, and that's where they learned how to put down on you. So we're never going to change how somebody is acting. We can't change their opinion. We can't change what comes out of their mouth. But what we can change is how we respond. So if we respond with a hard heart like the kitchen countertops, well, then we are going to turn into that person. We're going to become just like them, and mean, horrible words are going to shoot right out of our mouth, rejecting somebody else and hurting that person. And we will be known in their life as someone who hurt them desperately. And or we're going to keep our hearts soft. We're going to understand that person is hurting, and we're going to pray for that person. We are going to love them. We're going to honor them, no matter what they choose to say out of their mouth. And if this continues, this action continues, we're going to have a time to sit with them. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to go and I want you to encourage them. I want you to attempt to make a friend with them. That person is hurting. They're feeling alone. They're feeling bad about themselves. So what can we do? We can try to make them feel better about themselves. Friend, I've had to practice this my entire life. In fact, I remember years ago being in church and having just not the greatest relationship with the women that were in that church. None of them wanted to talk to me. All of them wanted nothing to do with me. Then I had found out that some stupid rumor that was around that people were guarding their husbands, that somehow they thought that I would try to steal their husbands. Like, they all are like 3 days older than dirt. Really, like we were some of the youngest people in the entire church. And I'm after like, really? Have you not seen my husband? Really? Ugh. Made me disgusted when I heard that kind of judgment coming in within our church. But as soon as I heard that, I realized like, wow, there's a lot of insecure, hurting women inside of this place. And I began to ask God, show me who is hurting. Show me who I can make a difference in their day. So I went after actually all the beautiful women in the church. And I just went to them and I would comment about how beautiful they looked, commented on their clothing, commented on how beautiful their children were. Do you understand? I just began to encourage them. And guess what stopped? Gossip. Yes, it stopped. All of a sudden now I made friends. All of a sudden I had alliances. All of a sudden there was some relationships. All of a sudden people were like coming up to me at church versus totally denying me and staying away from me and rejecting me. Why? Because I stopped rejecting myself. I stopped looking at, look, what's wrong with me? You know, there must be something wrong. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy. People don't like me, right? And that's what pushes you into depression and even to a place of suicide. So I realized that other people feel the same way, and I started to target people who I thought might feel that same way that were avoiding me, and I purposely went at trying to encourage them, love on them, and basically not give them a reason to say or think what they were saying, what I thought they said or were thinking about me. So I hope that helps you, friend. You cannot live in this cave of trying to transform yourself as a chameleon does in whatever environment they're in. You got to be you. You got to embrace you. And you just got to go love those who want to change you. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more after this. Financing a home can be a nightmare if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Ask me. I know this. That's why the first thing you have to do is find a mortgage company you can trust that has your back through the entire process. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading your current one, or looking for an investment property, Rick Fujisaki at Wintrust Mortgage wants to win your trust. Rick understands the mortgage industry, and he can take all the stress out of financing a home for you. His easy-to-use worksheets will help you calculate the mortgage you can afford. And he has a unique tool designed to help you find and set aside money for your down payment. And when you work with Rick, who, by the way, I love, a portion goes to caring for the poor through King's Ransom Foundation. So visit loanmortgageguys.com and start building your dream today. Again, contact Rick at loanmortgageguys.com.
Did you know you can see Dani Johnson live and in person? Go to DaniJohnson.com and find out about our next live event. First Steps to Success. Register today. Call 866-760-8255 or go to DaniJohnson.com/FSTS.
It's Amanda Sanders. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I've been completely inspired by this event. And it was payday this week, and instead of me going and splurging and spending money like I typically would have, I paid off $2,700 worth of debt, and I am extremely excited to get the rest of our debt paid off. And I also implemented a plan. We've been living off of a lot of money, and I did the numbers last night, and we can live off of $5,000 a month and like get our debt paid fast. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much.
And it's your first event, right?
It is my very first event.
So awesome.
So excited.
Hey everybody, my name is Digby and I'm from New South Wales, Australia, and I'm here live at First Steps to Success. I've been to 6 events now, and my journey started with an encore in Brisbane, and after doing 2 encores in Australia, I just really had to come to a live event, so here I am today. And since attending an encore and getting involved, my income has doubled and my family life is just blossoming. So you have to get there. You just have to experience it.
My name is Jen Horling. This is my first time at First Steps. I just gotta say, my God is way bigger than my hair. These last 2 days, beyond what I could ever have imagined. I grew up in the church and thought, sure, I'm gonna go to another conference, I'm gonna make some amazing friends, I'm gonna have some life-changing experiences. But I never expected to find the community and the genuine, authentic, real community that I found when I came here. And I did not expect to find a true leader. And I am just mind blown right now and so beyond grateful to be here. So thank you.
What multimillionaire do you know that volunteers their time to help ordinary people like you and me? There's only one. This is The Dani Johnson Show.
So are you surrounded by people that are putting down on your dream? Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. This is The Dani Johnson Show. I've had that. You've had that. We're both going to have that for the rest of our lives. But check out this question. This is from Rashonda, and she writes this. I have no one believing in me. I receive negativity about my dreams from others whom I love and respect. How can I believe in myself again? First of all, I know exactly what that feels like to have everybody that you love against you and putting down on your dreams, making fun of you, right? I remember when I first started my first business at 19 and hearing through the grapevine that my parents who had disowned me saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's doing this. What an idiot she is. She's totally going to fail. What makes her think that she's ever going to succeed in business? Yeah, that was like 30 years ago when those rumors were flying from my family. You know, honey, you got a great job at JCPenney's. You should stay there. You know, not everyone ends up with a good job like that. You know, what makes you think, come on, business is complicated. We're not a business family. You didn't go to college. You dropped out of high school. Yeah, I heard it all. I've been in business for 30 years now. Some businesses have done awesome, made millions of dollars. Other ones have tanked, had major failures. But here it is, bottom line at the end of the day. Yes, it feels good to have someone believe in us. Yep. And to be honest with you, the first one that ever did was a stranger for me. That was the first person, was an absolute stranger. So I have a few things that I want to say about this. Number one, You really don't have to believe in yourself in order to succeed. Yep, I'm going to say that. That is just a crock. I see that message sold all over the place, and I'm going to tell you that in 30 years, I have not believed in myself in many things, and yet I still had success. There were times that I actually knew I would fail, and yet I still had success. Okay, so this believing in yourself nonsense that, you got to believe in you. No, I believe in the God I serve. I believe in the one that put me on the earth, that gave me the chance. Why? Because I know me. You know you. You're a mess. I'm a mess, right? I mess up every single day. I screw up every day. I miscommunicate every day. I don't do things that I want to do, and then I do things I didn't want to do. Do you do that? Yes, you do. So how in the world can you believe in you, right? Think about it. You know the financial mess that you've created. You know the mess you've created at work. You know the mess you've created with your spouse. You know the mistakes you made with your kids. You know the mistake you made 5 minutes ago by driving through at McDonald's and shoveling that Big Mac down your throat. Come on. You know all of your mistakes. So what do I? I do too. So what do I know? If I were to believe in myself, I would be a fool. I would be a total fool if I believed in myself. I have failed so many times, but there is one I believe in, 1,000%. And that is He who planted me in my mother's womb. He put me here at this time and gave me a chance to succeed. I have eyes that can read. I have a mouth that can speak. Currently, I can walk. Currently, I can move my body. I'm going to do something with it. I believe in the one who sent me here on this planet and gave me a chance. That's the one I believe in. The one that's unfailing. The one that's unchanging. The one that is the lover of my soul. That's the one to believe in, friend. Not you, because you is a mess. You're always going to be a mess. But He loves you, adores you, believes in you. So from that, you got to know you're worth something. He thought you were so worth it that He sent His Son to die to cover all of your sins, failures, and mistakes. So I choose to believe in the one that planted me in my mother's womb and to believe in the one who's got my future in His hands. I'm going to screw up my future. He covers all. Why? Because He loves. He loves. He fills in my blanks. He's going to fill in yours. So don't be looking for man on earth to believe in you. There is a God in heaven that believes in you. The creator of the whole universe believes in you, is with you, will not leave you nor forsake you, is behind you. He even wrote you a book. He wrote you a love letter. He wrote you a guidebook. He wrote you a manuscript to teach you how to succeed in business, to teach you how to succeed with creating wealth, to teach you how to succeed in your health, to teach you how to succeed in marriage and raising kids, in everything, to teach you how to have more fun. There's funny, and have a great sex life. It is all in the book. He wrote it for us because He has a desire for us to be happy. He has a desire for us, yes, to fulfill what He put us on earth to fulfill, to be an example of His love. That's what we're supposed to fulfill. So friend, you don't need anyone to believe in you. You've already got the biggest one believing in you, and that's all that matters. Because listen, you're going to have someone that believes in you today and tomorrow they don't, right? Bottom line, that's what you're going to have. But I'll tell you, the one who planted the dream inside of you is the one who is for you. And it's God Almighty. He's the one that planted the dream inside of you. He's the one that believes in it. He's the one that's going to open the doors for it. He's the one that's going to make a way where there seems to be no way. He's the one that makes every crooked way straight. He is the one who puts the right people in the right place at the right time to make the dream come to pass. I'm living proof. Give me a break. I'm not supposed to succeed. I'm not supposed to be where I'm at today. I'm not supposed to have 5 kids and 8 grandkids that live all within 10 minutes of me. I'm supposed to be hated. I'm supposed to be dead. I'm supposed to be a drug addict. I'm supposed to be a floozy, like I once was, all of those things. But His mercy, whew, do I know that mercy call. So, friend, what you gonna believe? I'm going to believe in the one who's been here since the beginning of time, not the one who has just a short amount of time. I'm going to believe in the one who says that if you diligently seek me, I will grant you the desires of your hearts. That's the one I'm going to believe in. That's the one. Not this one who can ride a dirt bike, crash it, and crash your ankle. Not the one that is going to have something fly out of her mouth that, oh, gosh, I wish I didn't say that. No, that's not the one I believe in. So guess what? You don't need a human. You got the living God. You don't need even the family to believe in you. That doesn't mean turn your back on them. Here's what it does mean. I want you to challenge yourself. Are you believing in somebody else's dreams? So oftentimes we want people to believe in ours, but we're not willing to believe in theirs. So who are you currently supporting of their dreams? Who are you currently believing in and encouraging? Who are you currently fanning the fan of desire that's inside of them so that they can succeed? So that's going to feed you if you feed others in their dreams. And know this, the one who believes in you is the only one that really matters. That's it for us today. God bless you. Please share this with somebody. Somebody needs to hear this. They do. They really need to hear this. God bless. Bye.